Black Friday is coming up, and if you're not already preparing, you need to be. In today's video, I'm going to break down the exact strategy that we use from segmentation to sign-up forms to campaigns from an email and SMS marketing perspective for all of the brands that we work for when it comes to e-commerce. Note, this is specifically for Klaviyo. So if you don't use Klaviyo, this is probably not the video for you, but I'm going to show you exactly how to maximize not only your revenue during this Black Friday period, but also making sure you maximize your profit during this period. We're going to use a very advanced strategy whereby we are segmenting your audience by purchasing behavior and interlacing different offers at different points during the sale period. If that sounds confusing, no worries. Watch the video. It'll all make sense. If you have any questions, check them in the comment section down below. If you want to chat about Black Friday or just email marketing, book a time down below as well. And subscribe to the channel and the newsletter. Bunch of free resources. I make videos like this twice a week, and I send out a bunch of newsletters as well. Without wasting any more of your time, let's get into the video. When you're watching this video, it's really important that you stay and just maintain your intention throughout the whole video, because a lot of this stuff at the start is not going to make sense for you until we get to the later stages of this video. But I'm telling you now, this is the most effective Black Friday sales strategy that I've come across that both increases your revenue, but also increases how much profit you make on that revenue. This strategy absolutely cracks. Now, you have access to this document that I'm going to go over right here, and I highly recommend you watch this video and access the document at the same time. So go into the description of the video, click the link, okay? Open up the video, click the link, open up this document, and follow along with me as we go. Listen to my soothing, beautiful voice, okay? I've literally outlined everything from step 1 to step 3 to step 4, so on and so forth. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create 4 different offers for our database. What we're going to be doing in this campaign strategy is we're actually going to be giving different readers different incentives. The reason we do that is because people who have never purchased before in our database do not need the same level of discount as somebody who's purchased 3 or 4 or 5 times, right? Somebody who's a repeat purchaser needs less of an incentive to place an order during your Black Friday sale as somebody who has never purchased before. What this strategy does is it essentially gives offers to people at a point where we know they're going to convert while also maximizing the profit. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to come up with 4 different offers, okay? The best offer that you're going to have is going to go to your people who've never purchased before. I'm going to walk you through how we create all these segments in a second. The second offer is going to be people who've purchased once. The third offer is people who've purchased twice. And the fourth offer is people who've purchased 3 times or more. Now, the incentives that we're interlacing in these can be anything, right? I prefer to use discount for everything in store, but let's say you have a very, very aggressive bundle offer. Perhaps you make that aggressive bundle offer for non-purchasers, then your less aggressive bundle offer for one-time purchasers. Essentially, just figure out what your most aggressive offers can be in terms of what you're willing to give away from a margin perspective to get a sale. You want to be profitable on all your sales, but how profitable do you want to be? And figure that out. Figure out 4 different tiers of profitability. For example, 40%, 30%, 10%, and 20% off. We're going to give the most aggressive offer to non-purchasers, second most aggressive offer to one-time purchasers, third most aggressive offer to 2-time purchasers, and the least aggressive offer to 3-time purchasers. Now, I know it probably feels a little contradictory for us to give less of an incentive to loyal customers, but we're in business, we got to make money, and the reality is these people here do not need the incentive that you're going to give these people here to make the order. So don't give it to them. Make more profit on that sale. We're in business, right? This is what smart business is. So once you create your 4 different offers, you're going to create the following segments. Now, I'm not going to go into massive depth here or explanation in terms of how you define these segments. I have given you guys every single definition right here in this board. And I've even screenshotted what the definition, or rather the configuration of the segment needs to look like within Klaviyo. You have the definition right here. But essentially what we're doing is we're going to be creating in total 16 different segments. I know it sounds confusing right now, but I'm telling you, watch to the end of the video because it's all going to make sense as we tie this together. You're going to create all of these segments here: one-time purchasers, non-purchasers, 2-time, 3-time, 4-time. And if you're doing SMS, you're also going to want to focus on 2.1, this segment here, right? So somebody can receive SMS marketing and they've placed orders 0 times. I've given you the definition right there, okay? All here for you. Create all of the segments here. These are going to be your segments that are comprising of people who've subscribed for email marketing and are purchasers. On this side here, they're very similar, except it's going to be comprising of people who are purchasers, non-purchasers, who are also engaged in your email marketing. People who are engaged. Because the campaign that we're going to run, we need to maintain our deliverability, making sure we're not landing in spam while we're running this campaign. So it's really important that you create all these segments. You can literally just copy and paste the name, build out the definition, and once you have all of these segments created, okay, might take you a little bit of time. You can do cloning and everything like that. We're going to go over to step number 2, the pop-up forms. Now, these pop-up forms, we're actually going to be creating reminders of the offers that we have. Now, remember the offers that we have. We have offer 1, 2, 3, and 4. You want to create 4 different pop-up forms that reiterate the offers that you have. Okay? So, if you're doing 30% off, 25% off, 20% off, and 15% off, you want to have 4 different forms displaying those 4 different offers. What we're going to do during our sale is we are going to be turning these forms on and having them target specific segments here based off of what segment they're in. So for example, in the future, we're going to send a sale announcement email to, for example, our segment 1 non-purchasers, and we're going to tell them what the offer is, which is here, non-purchaser. Let's say it's 35% off, okay, or 30% off. We're going to send them, I'm going to explain this over here in a second. We're going to send them an email with that incentive in it. And then when they get to our website, we're also going to have a form ready for them. When you show it, it should be a very clear message, right? Like this is super clear. Use your code XYZ for 30% off. Obviously, XYZ is not the code, right? But it's going to display, and this URL here, when they click the button, needs to close the form. Notice we're not capturing their email subscription because these pop-ups are targeting people already in our list, okay? We're going to click use code, and that code needs to auto-apply that button needs to auto-apply the discount code at checkout. Now, to get an auto-apply discount code, all you need to do, here's an example of a URL. I like to use static discount codes, okay? Meaning they don't change, because allowing us to use static codes allows us to display the same code across multiple campaigns and these sign-up forms easily. So I do not like to use dynamic discount codes. I actually think dynamic discount codes are one of the stupidest thing ever. They don't actually prevent fraud. It's all stupid, but that's beside the point. What we're doing here is we want to have a static discount code. By having a static discount code, we can get a URL, okay? So for example, my fashion store, okay? That's the URL. Imagine that's the URL. And this here, imagine this is URL, discount, and then insert your discount code right here, okay? That's the URL you want to have. So replace my fashion store with that, and then keep the discount code, save 20, have that be the CTA. So when they click use code, you auto apply the discount code to their checkout, making it easier, right? Way easier for them to give you money. You're trying to make it as easy as possible for someone to use this discount code, not get distracted and use it, okay? So let me show you what I mean. Once we have these sign up forms built, it's really important we get these built before the 14th of November, which is when our launch for our sale is going to be. 14th of November is when we're going to launch this. Do not turn these on until the sale is launched. I'm going to tell you why in a second. Some other things that we want to do, okay, is making sure that we have the frequency to don't show again until 3 days after closing, time delay 20 seconds. I make them pop outs or fly out. Flyout's a little bit more less aggressive, so feel free to play around with that. I prefer flyout, but you can do a pop-up where it's in someone's face. And you're going to target people based off of the segment, rather list that they're in. Now you're going to think, hold on, Gavin, you told me to create segments, not lists. I'm going to explain that in a second. So you're actually going to design and build these into Klaviyo, okay? Create a desktop and a mobile version separately. I like to do that. Have this button go specifically to the auto apply discount code, and we're going to adjust the targeting in here. Let me show you this. But we're not actually going to select our segment just yet because these sign up forms are not going to go live until the 14th. So let me show you. If I go here, for example, into my sign up form, let me show you how I can adjust the targeting here. So I can make sure these sign-up forms target different readers. Targeting a behavior. Look at this. Targeting, I can show to specific lists and segments. See this here? Show to a specific list, profiles in a specific list or segment, and then I can exclude or focus only on a specific list in the drop-down here. We're not going to do this yet, okay? Because we're actually going to do something where we're going to turn our segments into lists. I'm going to explain that in a second. Once we have all these built out, we have all our auto-apply discount codes here. These forms are good, okay? This is when we're going to start getting our campaigns ready to get sent out, okay? Now, I'm going to show you what I like to do here. I've got an email column and an SMS column, and these kick off in November. Now, this isn't the most aggressive email campaign content calendar, but it's the bare minimum that I recommend if you're using this strategy. Email 1, I've given you a prompt for the email and the segment that you want to target, okay? So email 1 is going to come out on the 1st of November, and it's going to announce the sale that's coming. Ensure you're clear about the dates of the sale and allude to offers. Do not say what you're going to be giving people, because remember, this is going to your segment 5, engage 90 days, which is going to comprise of both purchasers, non-purchasers, everybody who's engaged with your email marketing. Okay, segment 5. So do not tell them exactly what offers they're going to get, because it's going to vary from segment to segment. Okay. Then on the 5th of November, you're going to create a plain text email, no creative, and you're going to send the plain text email to your entire database, excluding segment 5. Okay. I'm assuming you're going to have other campaigns going out because this is like a regular campaign content calendar. This is specific for your Black Friday sale. So send the plain text email to your entire database, excluding segment 5, because you've already sent them this reminder. Now, this email is going to go to your entire database, and the focus here is to re-engage as many people as possible, which is why we make it a plain text email. No creative. Plain text just perform better. So there we go. On the 5th, you're going to send a plain text email from the entire database. Write it as if it's you're a person, too. Hey, it's me, Gavin. Just wanted to let you know our sale's coming up. Ready, rah. Then, on the 8th, you're going to send an early launch warning. Let the reader know that you're going to be launching Black Friday early sale access on the 14th. Okay? You're launching a Black Friday early access sale on the 14th is when you're going to be launching this, okay? And you're going to target segment 5, 90 days. Remember, no offers or telling people exactly what's going to be in the offer document at this point, because they do not know what they are going to be. We don't know what segment they're going to be in. Remember, segments change based off of people's purchase behavior. Lists do not, okay? Now, the 14th, this is the day of the launch. You're going to clone all of the segments that you created, and you're going to turn them into list. Let me show you how to do that. So if I go into here in Klaviyo, we've got all our segments. Remember, we've created all these segments before. This is a complex strategy, but it pays off. You're going to go into your segment here. Watch this. 3 dots. Clone. Okay. It's going to clone the segment. You're going to click clone segment. It's going to load it, okay? Once it's finished loading, you're going to hit convert to list, and you hit convert to list. That turns this list, or rather segment, into a list, meaning it is fixed. It does not change. The reason we do that is because people who are in segment 1, for example, non-purchasers, when they get this Black Friday sale, they're going to be placing orders, which means they would, if they were set to segments, would move from the segment 1 non-purchasers into segment 1 time purchasers. So we want our campaign content calendar to be fixed. We do not want people changing from segment to segment during this sale period. We want it to be a fixed amount, okay? So we turn all of our segments into lists, right? Once we turn our segments into lists, okay, all of our segments, except for segment 5 and segment 6, okay? Same goes for our SMS segments, by the way. We turn these people into lists. Then we're going to go back into our sign-up forms. Remember these sign-up forms here? And we're going to target the lists that we've just converted. So remember here, use code XYZ for 30% off. This is our most aggressive offer. We want this sign-up form to only show up to segment 1 non-purchasers, which has now been turned into a list. So they will consistently be getting this sign-up form displayed to them, right, throughout the duration of the campaign, which is going to be the 14th to the 1st of December. You're going to do that for this segment here, this segment here. Now, rather, these sign-up forms here, because now these sign-up forms are targeting these lists and people aren't changing in and out. And the last thing you want is for somebody who was in this segment here to be like, cool, I've got my 30% off. They go and place another order. We send them a follow-up campaign. All of a sudden, like, hold on, now I'm getting 15% off, which is what would be happening if we were using segments. We're not. We're using lists because it's fixed. So we now have our sign-up forms ready to go. We turn our sign-up forms on now that they are targeting our specific lists. Okay? Now, for the duration of the campaign, people are not going to be changing their segments. If they are a non-purchaser now, okay, they're going to be getting the non-purchaser campaigns even if they place orders, and that's fine. First email here, you're going to send out 4 variations of email campaign. See the date, 14th, 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 and you're going to send them an email announcing the early access. The reason we want to do early access is because we want to beat our competition to the sale. It's going to be a creative email, and it's going to be with our most aggressive offer, targeting segment 1, targeting segment 2 with our second most aggressive offer for this other email, so on and so forth, okay? Now, one segment we want to exclude from our campaigns is segment 11. Segment 11 is anybody who has bounced, take a look at this, at least 2 in the last 30 days. The reason we're doing this is because we want to maintain our email deliverability. We don't want to be sending a lot of emails to a bunch of unengaged people, which we're going to be doing. We also don't want to be sending our emails to people who are bounced. Bounced basically means their inbox is invalid. So to maintain our deliverability during this season where we're going to be very aggressive with our email marketing, we want to exclude our bounced people from getting campaigns. So just add these guys as an exclusion segment on the 14th for that email. Then on the same time, same day, I like to go early in the morning for this, by the way, send an SMS message to your SMS segments with the exact same offer. See what we're doing here? Because people who are in segment 1 SMS are also going to be in segment 1 non-purchasers. We're sending them the same offer. Same offer. The messaging is consistent throughout this campaign. You're going to send your campaign there. Okay? Follow up again. Plain text follow up with early access, letting the readers know that they still have their offer. Okay? Take a look at the segmentation. Now, I'm going to assume here that your deliverability is going to be super low for this segment here, the segment 1, because they're non-purchasers. They're probably your least engaged. A bit better for 1 time, way better for 2 time, really good for 3 or more time, right? Now, if we kept sending to these exact same segments over this period of time, at the end of the month, our deliverability would be tanked, right? Which is why on the 21st, when we send our early access sale closing soon announcement, you're going to target segment 7, which is now, keep in mind, these are all lists now. The only segments that are not lists, and I know it's a little confusing with the name, the only segments that are not lists are segment 5 and 6. Now, what we're doing here is we're now targeting our non-purchasers who were engaged. These are engaged non-purchasers. These are going to be smaller lists than these people, but they're going to get significantly better engagement rates and prevent us from getting flagged or landing in spam in the future. That's what you're going to do on the 21st. You're going to send the follow-up email to the version of each of these segments, one-time purchasers engaged. See how it's different here? Segment 8 is one-time purchasers engaged. Segment 2 is just one-time purchasers. Then on the 24th, you're going to send an email to the exact same segment again with a plain text email letting the reader know that Black Friday early access is closing soon in 4 days. Include the same offer, right? And basically what we're doing here is we're just running offers. For our more aggressive announcement emails, we're not using the engaged segment. We're broadening it out again. For example, on the Black Friday, the launch email on the 28th, we're targeting segment 1, which is our non-purchasers. Notice how it's different from non-purchasers engaged. And we're sending 4 emails per day, but to different segments. Same with the SMS. I'm a little bit less aggressive with our SMS marketing just because I think it's a little overhyped, a bit overused. But so I've only actually added 3 SMS campaigns. Obviously, there's 9 in total, but when you think about it, the messages are very similar. 29th, they're going to have a Black Friday follow-up email, 48-hour notice on the 30th, and on the 1st, you're going to have a Cyber Monday launch. And here's where things get a little interesting. On the 2nd, after your sale is finished, I don't know how long you're running your Cyber Monday, I'm going to assume it's on the 2nd, you're going to send a 24-hour sale extension email with the best offer going out to everybody who did not place an order at any point during the sale. This is people who, regardless of what segment they're in, notice it's a segment now because it's segment 6, which we did not turn into a list. We're going to send them the most aggressive offer because we know that they've received all these emails and did not place an order. So we need to be a bit more convincing. What we're going to do is we're going to send them a follow-up email with the best offer going to segment 6. What is segment 6? Segment 6 is anyone who is engaged and did not place an order during this sale period. See? And can receive email marketing and placed an order 0 times between the 14th and the 1st, which is your sale period, meaning they did not place an order. We're going to try and get them across the line. Last-ditch Hail Mary effort with our most aggressive offer up here going to non-purchasers. Same again with the SMS. 24-hour sale extension with the best offer going to those who did not place an order at any point during the sale. Segment 5, SMS, which here we go. What do you know? We did not suppress that segment. That is how you run a Black Friday sale that treats customers differently based off of their purchase behavior and actually maximizes both the revenue, but also the profit you make on that revenue. I know this is complex. I know there's a lot, but you can do some reporting just over here too. So feel free to run your own reports and everything like that. If you have any questions, please let me know. I know this is an overwhelming document. I'm more than happy to help with anything. Just reach out. Once again, you have access to this document. If you found this video useful, fantastic. You're probably going to have a very good Black Friday sale period. Any questions? Check them in the comment section. Reach out to me directly. You have my meeting link in this YouTube video as well. Subscribe to the channel. I put a bunch of content out like this all the time. And thanks for watching, guys.